Today's spooky spot, we're having a look at the Peanuts. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Today we're having a look at Snoopy. Comes with helmet, comes with scarf, and a doghouse. Now if you stop Spot for a second and say, wait a minute Spot, you already reviewed Snoopy, you would be absolutely correct. If you watched that other review that I did of Snoopy, probably was about 2 spooky spots ago. 2 years ago, that is. I actually had showed this one on camera. I said that because the Snoopy that I had done at the time was actually a set. It was a set that come with the doghouse, the same Snoopy, actually the same doghouse, an actual base, an actual ground base, and it also came with his trusty companion Woodstock. And then I showed that this one here was a standalone Snoopy. Well, you know what? I figured I still had this as part of my collection. The other one wasn't in terrifying high def, so why not reshoot this? Consider it somewhat of a throwback. But today we're having a look at the individually carded Snoopy that came with the helmet, scarf, and just doghouse. No Woodstock. That's my gesture of a tear. No Woodstock, sadly. But still the delicious, should we even say delicious? The goodness of Snoopy here. Snoopy is down below here, featured with his pumpkin patch. He's happy about something. I don't know. His age is 6 and up on the back of the package. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Other ones you can get are the Peppermint Patty with Goblin Mask, Lucy Van Pelt with Wizard Cap and Scaredy Cat, Charlie Brown with Mask and Decorated Pumpkin, and Snoopy, of course, with the helmet, scarf, and doghouse. Collect all 4 Peanuts figures and create your Great Pumpkin themed Halloween display. This also comes to us from Forever Fun, where you can go to www.foreverfun.com to see not only these figures, but other figures that have been produced by them. And also, some of these figures too were figures that Spot never reviewed before anyways, because I think I had reviewed the Lucy that came with the mask, and I think the sheet, Charlie Brown came with the sheet. I don't even think I did a Peppermint Patty, but there you go. What I'm going to do is take a terrifying break. When we come back, we're going to continue on with, I suppose, this somewhat terrifying throwback, where we're going to have a look once again at Snoopy. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And again, unlike the other set that came with really a lot more, this is the bare bones Snoopy. Of course, you get the figure, which we'll look at in a second. He comes with, once again, the same Snoopy house with his name on the front. Hello? No, it's just a solid piece of plastic. Some bullet holes on the sides when he was dog fighting, in the sky. A very rich color applied to the plastic here of the doghouse. It's a nice, vibrant, almost I want to say like an orangey red, but definitely works really, really well. It looks pretty much like it was pulled right out of the actual cartoon. There is a little lip, a little indentation in the roof here. You can take Snoopy, though not well, as you can see here, being that he's a little heavy, a little off-weighted in some areas. You have to kind of angle him just right to get him to actually sit on the house, as you can see right here. Taking Snoopy off, we'll move the house to the side. I love redoing some of these reviews for you, simply because it gives me a chance to kind of touch base on things I didn't probably mention in the other reviews. Also gives me a chance to shoot some of these in higher definition, which sadly a lot of Spot's older videos don't have. Snoopy, the delightful little dog, little beagle here, you can see is sitting in his sitting position. Nice grimacing, happy smile. Somewhat happy, I don't know. You can take off, I guess, his aviator's cap. See some goggles going on there. The goggles aren't movable or anything like that. It's just a rubbery piece. And underneath you have a regular Snoopy dog. Sadly, the one drawback to having a rubber cap is, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little indentation, a little impression of that green actually stained the top of Snoopy's head, which is the drawback to the fact that the dog is white and this is green. Definitely stuff like this will show up. You may very well not want Snoopy without the cap anyways. If you always have him with the cap on, it's not really that big of a deal. Let's just put it back on there. basically just like a shower cap. You just have to apply it over top. This one back part here kind of likes to stick, but you can have Snoopy like so. What you can also do is what I would likely have him displayed as. You can also take the cap, and because it's rubbery, you can take the cap and move it slightly forward, like so. And you can turn his head. You can actually have him on the doghouse with the goggles down, which is probably my favorite scene from that entire cartoon. Again, when Snoopy's flying around and he's using his hands and he's going and he's shooting, and he's got this sinister grin on his face. That's probably how I'm going to have him displayed, actually, is like that. But there is the option. Options are always good in life. You can have either or if you want. One of the other aspects that I mentioned in the other review, which I really like about Snoopy here, I was going to say Snoopy, is the fact I really like his articulation. As you can see, he is in a sitting position. His head rotates left and right. His hands, his arms rotate left and right as well. Now what you can do, his waist is on a swivel, but it's on an angled swivel. So you can actually swivel his legs back and forth. However, what you can also do is swivel the legs or the waist all the way down, like so. Once it's like that, you can rotate the feet forward, and you can have a standing Snoopy. I would say the only place that it kind of makes it look awkward is in the hands. They've tried their best to make the hands look like it could go either way, but you can see though it definitely looks more so like Snoopy's hands are facing his back versus than his front. I think that's the only part where it doesn't quite look right, but it's probably something that you can easily overlook, especially with the scarf down. You can have the proud aviator right by his doghouse, like so. I think that looks nice as well. Overall, it's a really nice set. I mean, I think if given the choice, I probably would still want to get the other set if I could recommend one of the two. I would say go with the other one. You at least get Woodstock. You get a little more than just the house. But if you're really just wanting Snoopy as the aviator, as the Baron, this is probably a good set to get as well. And with all of these sets, when Spot picked these up on eBay, which is where I initially picked them up, a really inexpensive find. Some of the larger box sets are a little more pricier. Some of the party sets that came with multiple characters, those are a little more expensive. But the individually carded figures, such as Snoopy here, relatively inexpensive. You probably will pay anywhere $5 to $12 maybe for it. But I mean, certainly for me, a tradition to watch every year for Halloween is The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Definitely this is a nice little addition to have out for your Halloween decorating. Again, if you want to call it somewhat of a throwback, today's throwback, we're having a look at the Forever Fun. It's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. We're looking today at Snoopy with his dog house. A very fun toy to get. A few gripes here and there, I suppose, with the fact that his helmet, his cap rubs off onto his head. But still, all things considered, it's a really neat set to get. And for those that were wondering, I think I'm going to give Snoopy here, I'm going to give him a 7. Cute little guy, a nice little thing to have on your table for Halloween. Thanks for watching, guys. Certainly stick around. There are more spooky spots heading your way for the rest of this month of October. And certainly I will see you guys next time.